This is for the title.
Time now to find out who is going to take the world title here in the compound men's individual World Compound Saturday at the Riverside Park in Yankton, South Dakota.
For the gold medal and world champion title on target, #1, representing Austria, Nico Wiener. Shooting for the gold medal and championship of the world on target, #2, Mr. Perfect, Mike Schloesser.
Well, time for the gold medal match here. Nico Wiener of Austria is 24 years old and the world number 28. He is the underdog for sure because he's up against the world #1, 27-year-old Dutchman, like Mr. Perfect, Schloesser. Won the World Championships in 2013 in Belek in Turkey. Hasn't won it since then, but has a big chance now. Schloesser versus Wiener for the world title in 2021. And it will be Sir Perfect to shoot first.
Not the start he was after.
And the conditions are pretty settled, aren't they? Seems to show that nerves can get to even so perfect.
I feel like he's had an upgrade. So perfect. It's Mr. Perfect. He knighted him.
I'll come back to that. Wiener not taking advantage there. He has just started to pick up again, and you can see from the trees in the background, it's not steady. Just don't like that. And 29 in the first. It's a good score for most people. So the pair of them have matched each other, but in some respects, perhaps the pressure is off. Mike Schloesser now, known as Mr. Perfect, until a couple of years ago. The reason I call him so perfect now is because after winning, I think, the Hyundai Archery World final in 2018, I stand to be corrected if it was that year, but he was then given the equivalent of a knighthood in the Netherlands.
There we go. Needs to get his quiver belt updated.
Stick with me, I'll keep you up to date on how archery works. Mike Schloesser, though, in all seriousness, shooting a 9 at the beginning, that's a very unusual start from him.
It is, but like you say, in some ways, just take the pressure right off him because, you know, often he's building himself up to these 150s. We get to the 15th arrow, or 13th, in the semi-final, and something changes in his mind, but that 150's gone, so just focus on the now.
And Nico Wiener from Austria starting out very well as well. Level with Mike Schloesser. So we go into end #2 and Mike Schloesser to shoot first again.
Just tiny little observation. His left eye just started to close as the shot went off. Don't know if that had any impact on him at all, but so close, but it's going to be a 9.
Mark for a measure. That's how close it was. Schloesser back in the centre and a quicker shot as well.
No change in his eyes, fixed on the target. Millimetres.
That one marked clearly as a 9, then you can see the yellow target between the arrow and the line for the 10. Schloesser back in the centre of the target for another 29 and 58 out of 60. Maximum here for Wiener is technically 58, but only with a 10 here and a measure going in his favour on that first arrow. Gets the 10. Now it's about the measure. I think this could be a very critical one, because not because of the score, but because of the effect on the confidence.
Absolutely, at this stage, you know, every point is critical, and it's a real mental game. Obviously, who's going to shoot first, and doesn't want to drop points against Mr. Perfect or Sir Perfect. I think it's been called a 9.
XX9.
Schlosser's target. Confirmation here. Spot on as always. 9-10 from Nico Wiener. So a 1 point lead for Mike Schloesser. Now Wiener just needs to hold his nerve here, because he's seen Schloesser drop a couple of 9s in the first 2 ends. Just needs to stay on his game and ignore what Mike Schloesser is doing and bang his arrows, as many as he can, into that 10 ring. Start of the third, and it will be the Austrian to shoot first.
He's just being so unlucky, like not far out at all.
All the luck on target number 2. Holding on a bit longer.
Looked way more solid, didn't it? Held still, broke nice, good timing.
9.
Chance again. If he can put this into the 10, puts a bit of pressure on Mike Schloesser.
And came off.
10 points.
And a nervy Nicky Hunt sitting next to me. Another 9 from Mike Schloesser, a 28 from him, and the pair are all square on 86 points. Now, at what point does the mindset change for these two athletes? On the one hand, Mike Schloesser, he can dig deep on bags of experience and correct this, but he might be thinking, crikey, that's a few more 9s than I'm used to. On the other side, you've got Nico Wiener, who's thinking to himself, hey, I didn't start so well, but it wasn't too bad, and look at me, I'm a level with Mike Schloesser. We've got 6 arrows left. World title at stake.
Yeah, I mean, all you can do as an archer is try and keep a lid on those thoughts. Just try and like deflect them away. You know, it's normal, natural for them to occur, but you've got to stay in the present. You've got to stay in the now. You can't be thinking about what if, you know, could I win this? Can I, you know, as soon as you start visualising yourself on that podium at this point, it's not a good idea. Yes, you want a year of work more looking at this World Championships, visualising yourself there, but all that work's done arrow by arrow now.
Well, I understand the thought process. I suggest it's easier said than done, because whatever's going on here, Schloesser's come into this as the favourite. He knows that. Wiener knows that. Schloesser now finds himself a point down after a measure.
9.
And the pressure has just switched sides. Wiener has a point to play with here.
Yeah, that first arrow on the left there, the last end got marked up to a 10, giving him the lead.
Very much advantage. Nico Wiener here. Another 10 for the Austrian. 29 for Mike Schloesser. Puts him on a 115, but could be a 2-point lead here for Schloesser, for Wiener, if he gets another perfect.
9.
Just into the 9, so matching Schloesser.
Out of state. The championship of the world.
116. Well, what a turnaround that markup has made in the third end. I mean, Vicky, we didn't see that coming, but the change of score happened right at the beginning, so both athletes knew.
Yep, they would have been aware of that. It was just that first arrow Nico shot in the third end, like you say, to the left. It was just marked up. Big difference, point ahead. And he had that opportunity to capitalise then on that last arrow, but shot a 9 to equal that end with Schloesser 29 apiece.
Well, we go into the 5th and final end here, and I couldn't tell you how strange this is. After a markup in the third, the Austrian 24-year-old world number 28, Nico Wiener, finds himself 1 point up against the favourite, Mike Schloesser, the world number 1. Schloesser to shoot first. 3 arrows to decide the 2021 world title. That's all Schloesser can do, put the pressure on here and hope Wiener drops the ball.
Longer hold, a bit of shaking. Straight in the X.
I'm not sure he can believe the position he has put himself in here, and it just got a little bit better with a 9 from Schloesser. He can open things up here.
Looking so good.
This is incredible. A big deep breath there from Nico Wiener of Austria. Longer hold from Schloesser. He's pulled it into the 9. Now there is a huge chance here. An 8 for the Austrian to win. Nico Wiener on the verge of a massive result. What a finish! 3 X's for a perfect 30. The second one of the match. And Nico Wiener of Austria is the 2021 Hyundai World Archery Champion in the compound men's individual. He's become the first Austrian to take this title. Gets a warm hug from his opponent, Mike Schloesser. But what a result. I can't quite believe it myself. But having seen it firsthand, I can tell you that confirmation is there that Nico Wiener of Austria is the new world champion.
World 3D archery champion.
Nicky, what just happened?
I'll be totally, I don't think anyone saw that come in. What a match that was. I mean, tricky conditions for both archers, but congratulations to Nico Wiener. Just an absolute solid performance and world champion.
Incredible performance. He stuck in there, and it was that turning point in the third where a measure saw him moved from what we thought was level pegging, which we were saying was a fantastic result, that he was going to be level with Schloesser. He turned out after a measure to be 1 point up, and from then on we saw what pressure can do, even to Mike Schloesser. And look at that, and the finish as well, spectacular. 3, not just 10s, 3 X's, and there they are. I wonder what he is feeling now. Let's go and find out what he has to say.